We all want our learners to be able to access the material at their level when they need it. And I want to show you today how I created an Articulate Storyline course that provides that opportunity for them. Now, you may or may not be already familiar with variables. I've used them here to allow learners to click on a character and have that character appear somewhere else. And for demonstration purposes, I kept this field up here as a numeric value. That's how I'm allowing each slide to communicate. When this value is 5, this character should appear on the slides. When the value is 3, this character appears. Now, when I publish the course, I would get rid of this field up here so that the learner doesn't see that number. Another way to use variables is to use names. I type the name here. I've inserted a reference to that field here, and now my name appears on this slide as well. Now, adjusting the learning comes in when you include a pretest. So here I've just created 3 questions, 1, 2, 3. The learner will answer these, and based on their score, they're going to be sent to the basic introduction, the intermediate introduction, or the advanced introduction. Here on this slide, I've shown the calculator. And again, this is one of those slides that in the final presentation it won't appear, but we're going to use it to help us set up our quiz that guides that leveled learning experience. So here's question 1. I have my 4 options. They're each a button. And based on which button the learner clicks, they're going to receive a score for pretest 1. So answer B, they will get 2 points. Answer A was up here. They get 0 points for answer A. And for both C and D, they will get 1 point because it's an okay answer, but it's not the best. The same setup for 2. When we preview the course, if I choose answer B here, and I'll choose answer B here also, it shows us that the learners earn 2 points for that first question, 0 points for that second question, and that adds up to 2 down here. And now this is my point scale that at the end of those 3 questions, if the learner has 0 to 2, I want them jumping to basic. If the learner has 3 to 5 points, I want them jumping to intermediate. And if the learner has 6 points, I want them jumping to advanced. These are for my notes. This text doesn't do anything, but this is so that I know where I'm headed. So I will show you how I set that up using slide 3. So first we're going to create the variable. That variable is going to be numeric value. We're going to call it pretest 3. It's a number, and its default value can be 0. So let's look at pretest 3. This is the third question of my pretest. I have 4 answers. Right now, none of them have any point values. If we read through the SMART it looks good. That's a good SMART goal. So if they choose answer A, that guess this is a SMART goal, I want them to receive the full credit. They're going to receive 2 points. So we're going to adjust variable, pretest 3. They're going to receive 2 points when they answer A. B and C are both okay answers. They're not correct, but it shows that the learner's thinking on the right level. So I'll give them a point for each of those. If you notice, I didn't click. Right here, I still have answer A selected, so I have to change that obviously to B. And then 1, that should be C. Good. And answer D, they're just referring to the number of sentences, and that's not really how you determine a SMART goal. So I'm going to say that pretest 3 should be 0 if they choose answer D. That's not really a good answer at all. Okay. So now we'll go back to our calculator page, and we're going to insert text box. And I want this text box to show me a reference to pretest 3, which is 0 right now. So let's preview A. Choose A again. And here, if you remember, A was all the points. These two are 1 point. This should be 0 points. I chose C, the 1 point. 1 point shows up here, although very small. So we can see that that's working. We have accurately put in the points that we need for that question. Next, we have to make sure that the scores are adding up correctly. And we're going to have everything triggered by the submit button. I've set up already that pretest 1 will add to the total when I hit submit. Pretest 2 will add to the pretest total when I hit submit. And now we're going to add another trigger. And again, we're adjusting that pretest total. We're adding the value of pretest 3 when we hit submit. Preview. Okay, so we'll choose, that should be 0. It should be 2. It should be 2. Submit. And here we see we've got the 0, the 2, and the 4. So everything's adding up correctly. But this is the next part we need to add in. We want this score to be reflected in where our learner starts. So I'm going to go back here. And again, this is all going to be tied to the submit button. And we said if they earn 0 to 2 points, we want them to go to the basic slide. So here we go, submit pretest. We're going to say jump to slide, basic. When the user clicks submit, if pretest total is between 0 and 2. If they score between 3 and 5, we want them to go to intermediate. Trigger, jump to slide, intermediate, and user clicks submit if pretest total equals is between 3 and 5. Okay. And we'll jump to slide advanced when user clicks submit if pretest total is greater than or equal to 6. This is actually the highest score, that's fine. Greater than or equal to 6. Go to our pretest. Do the 2-pointer there. We'll do the 2-pointer there. But maybe we'll go with the 1-pointer here. Submit pretest. And there we go. We earned between 3 to 5 points. So we started on module 2 instead of module 1, and you can see here that we're at the intermediate intro. Now, let's try again. Maybe we really don't know that much about SMART goals. So this, that's an okay answer. We'll do an okay answer. But that seems like a good answer to us. We don't know. Oh, all right. Now we're at the basic. We're at Introduction to SMART goals, module 1. This is how you can use variables and triggers in Articulate Storyline to place your learners on a track that's designated for their level at the time that they're taking the course.